What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SNL Movie Chats. And we are your hosts, Joshua Lewis
and John Henry Singleton.
And today we'll be talking about the newest installment from our guy Ryan Reynolds, starring this movie called Free Guy. Just came out last week. We just went and saw it a couple days ago. And John, I'll let you start it off. What do you think about it?
This movie was I didn't really know particularly what to expect going into this movie, except for something we had talked about a little bit off camera, which was just a Ryan Reynolds-esque kind of vibe, but this movie gave me so much more. There's a lot of heart in this film and cute moments, and it has some great laughs, and it is actually a really fun time at the movie zone. It's
a great time. I even like the concept of it, just him like being an NPC character, like such a funny
weird
idea for a movie that's so new and different.
Mondays, am I right, Joe?
You said it, guy.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds could definitely play that character, and it worked. So I do like that about the movie, like wholeheartedly. I did get the actress name that was in the movie playing the game character.
Oh yeah,
They were the same chick though, right? Weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. I liked her and Ryan Reynolds' chemistry on screen too.
Yeah, she did great.
I love that. I even like you said, it had such like heartful moments when I like that thing that kind of set him out of like the programmed world, was that he heard the song that he always hears waking up and she's singing it. I kind of like that
was the moment.
Yeah, that like took him out of like this programming. He was just like, what? Like, essentially, like I kind of like that.
I thought it was a neat, like you said, the concept that it was like original, and the whole movie, that was like not a real mystery, but like a pseudo mystery in my head of what happened to him. Is he like a virus? Is he a bugged NPC? Like what's happening? And then they played that really well with their coding for their original game, Free Island, being in the game where he essentially became an AI, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too. It's a good like spin on everything, and they kind of made it like the idea seemed so simple, but they took it and made it so much more than just that. And I love that even brought back the whole story element between like the two people making the game. Kind of like we didn't even know that going in until a little bit after. So that was a cool reveal too, to see Free Island in the game. I love that.
Yeah, I think the quick non-linear storytelling that they did, where they started the movie and then showed that news clip of them together, I was like, okay, that's interesting. I think the story worked really well. And man, something else from this movie is the cameos.
Cameos were on point.
There are some blink or shut your ears and you'll miss it cameos, but right when the movie opens, you've got this great scene narrated by Ryan Reynolds with Channing Tatum as like a player.
I didn't even know who was in the movie. I was like, oh,
I
cool.
know. I had no clue. I knew there were going to be like some cameos, but I wasn't sure who or what was going to show up. So watching that happen, I was just like, oh man, so this is what we're in for. And then kind of just watching the movie go on, you see like he pulls out the Mega Man cannon.
Oh, that was so cool. That's what I'm saying. The game element of it, once he put the glasses on, it was so cool to see just like how they, did their own version of like a game world, like pretty much like GTA more or less. So it kind of gave me that same vibe of like Space Jam when like the character had like the game elements in it. It was kind of like that for me, and I thought that was cool. It just looked visually like good. I love the CGI in it.
Yeah, they did a good job of like doing the effects and things like that, like when he first heals himself.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was neat. Just the way it kind of plays out once he puts the glasses on, and some of the other game aspects that you see, like the one dude who gets shot right after he puts him out, and he gets teabagged.
Yo, that is so funny.
Or I don't know if you noticed, there's a guy throughout the whole movie. You can see him in the background. He's just like running into a wall. Throughout the whole movie, just random moments in the movie.
Cool.
The way that they paid attention to like game details was really spot on. And some of the actors, like I really like Taika Waititi in this.
I like the
bad guy.
Just like a dickhead, person who actually would sell a video game and just have money for that. Like, he played that role like perfect.
He reminded me of like the 2021 version of, I think his name was Slater from Grandma's Boy. That's what he reminded me of. and it just felt like he was this. I'm hip. It's like if they made Flash from Spider-Man: Homecoming a boss.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like.
How I felt, yeah.
And it was cool seeing the kid from Stranger Things as well. I think he did a great job in this film.
Yeah, phenomenal. I didn't know he was in this movie either. I liked his character throughout the whole movie.
I think didn't realize how much I didn't know going into this film, because sometimes you see a lot of promotion and stuff like this. But with this film, I think I got the perfect amount where it's like, okay, I'm down, I want to see this, but I didn't know any of this shit. Some of the, at the end with Dude, oh man, the Dude fight is so funny.
Oh, yo. Best highlight of that fight was the Marvel plugins for that. That was so cool. I was like, whoa. And it's funny too, because I was wearing like my Marvel jacket when I went to go watch the movie. And like, just a random movie, and like that part comes on, I'm just like, oh shit, look at that. Yo, that was so cool.
That was the get the theater hype moment. My whole theater started laughing and kind of cheering at the same time.
Yeah,
and Chris Evans is like, what the shit? Their cameos hit in this movie. This is one of those ones where it just worked, and the comedic timing was very good for pretty much everything. But a con that you and I did talk about is that some of the jokes kind of just didn't hit.
Yeah, it just kind of fell flat for me, just because it was kind of saturated with that Ryan Reynolds comedy, and it's not that it wasn't funny. Just I kind of felt like I've heard it before in other things. He's been in Deadpool and a lot of other movies where he's playing that comedic role, which is fine. He's really good at it and he excels in it. It's just when you get it so much, it won't always hit the same for you. You know what I mean?
I think it's one of those kind of like, I'm right. I think this was the last movie for me. I can maybe take one more, and I'm officially hit okay, I have to put comedic Ryan Reynolds on a shelf for a little bit, because kind of like what we talked about, it's not that he's not comedic or doesn't have good comedic timing, but he hit that crescendo with Deadpool, and everything since then in his comedic light has just felt like Deadpool.
Yeah.
So that is no take from this movie. The movie is still extremely funny, and it has a lot of really good laughs. But some of them just don't work for us, I could say, because of the whole Ryan Reynolds of it. Great actor.
Yeah, I mean, but even with that, him playing an NPC was like spot on. Him and all the other people too, like they really did a good job. Like, for all the gamers out there, if you see this movie, guys, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's some real NPC shit of them to do.
Yeah, a lot of them were like, they really show it in that one scene where Molotov girl, Millie, I think is her name.
Yeah.
She's walking down the street and she's quoting all the NPCs because they always say the same thing.
Bro,
and that's also
who doesn't have that feeling, yo? When I saw that part, I was like, yo, this is me. Like,
this GTA kind of stuff right here. I think it kind of all worked. Were there any surprises in the film that kind of shocked you?
Definitely the Marvel highlight. I like that with Captain America's shield and the Hulk hand. That was
the lightsaber too.
Oh, dude, I was just about to say that. Those scenes, Ryan Reynolds delivered for me because his face was like I know that y'all don't know what this shit is. This is gonna be lit. So I love the moments with that, and even with the lightsaber, they zoomed in on his face. You just see the when it comes on. I was like, damn, that was cool. So that was definitely high moments for me. I like the plugins with all the YouTubers and Ninja was in the movie.
Yeah, I thought that was cool
and stuff like that. I like that about it. It really felt like modern day for if this movie was real, and I really like that. They kind of made it feel like that. The Channing Tatum scenes were so funny. I loved him in it too.
I was glad it wasn't just that one opening scene.
Yeah. Oh my god! And then, I don't remember the guy's name, but the dude that was playing that Channing Tatum was his playable character. That guy, bro, is so funny too, bro. It's so funny. And then I think the last thing is Buddy, guy's best friend in the movie. He, for playing an NPC who had to deal with the friend that was kind of breaking the programming, he it's weird. He did a weird thing of I don't know, his acting was just so good, and he's such a comedic person too. But I feel when he has those endearing moments of just a little more intense than he's usually used to, you feel it. And I felt that with him. It's like a program he couldn't compute what his friend was going through. And it was also he showed that he was scared. And it's whoa, you're a programmer, but you're terrified to try something new.
That's what I thought
was kind
was
of cool.
Neat in the movie once it kind of clicks in. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. The gentleman from Stranger Things, and he goes back to Millie, and he's like talking about what these other NPCs have been doing, almost like in their off time, and you're kind of like, whoa, they are really like evolving.
Yeah, because it does seem like they're living lives, even though it's just on repeat. But it still kind of feels like that to some extent, and I think that's also a testament to all the NPCs, supporting characters, like acting and ability. It was just very good.
Yeah, I agree. I think for me, some of the blink and you'll miss it cameos were great. The Hugh Jackman in the beginning, I thought that was fun.
I didn't even notice him. My girl put that out to me.
And then, my girl pointed out John Krasinski was in the movie too.
He was? I didn't know that.
He was the shadowed out gamer. That was.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who that was.
And then Dwayne Johnson as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, like the amount of people they snuck into this film. And you really don't know. The only one you really know about is Channing Tatum. All the other ones are kind of just there.
Even Chris Evans too, because that's what I like about him and Ryan Reynolds. I feel like they kind of brought that teen movie kind of s to it, with just having random people just pop in real quick and just do a little thing and then just be out of the movie. So I like that about it too. And even just how it wraps up to it essentially just being a love letter. That was kind of cool, and they how they show the guy from Stranger Things. I think he was talking. I don't know if he was just talking out loud, when he was making the game or whatever. He was
talking her through the thing he had sent her earlier in the film, with kind of explaining how Free Guy's thing works.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice little bow on the movie, because it's oh snap, this is kind of it was a comedy, but it kind of turned into a rom-com too.
Yeah, it really was.
And I was oh, that's cool, because you were kind of rooting for him to get the girl, especially when they had that moment of him trying to ask her for coffee, and she kind of shut him down. Damn. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think it's also something kind of extending to that scene is they did a good job of explaining why what was happening was happening.
Oh yeah, I like that scene a lot.
There's no point in that part of the story where I felt oh, that still doesn't make sense.
Because that's what they were trying to achieve from the jump. So it was just cool that even though their idea got taken and made into something else, like you said, their game is still in that programming. So that's what Free Guy was showing. So I like that.
Yeah. Before I ask Josh his final thoughts and if he's taking it or leaving it, I would also say that Taika Waititi is a great example of all the billion-dollar companies making games that we already have to deal with on a daily basis. So thank you, Activision. So with that being said, Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds and all these fabulous cameos, are you taking it or are you leaving it?
Guys, I wasn't even surprised. I love Ryan Reynolds. I will always watch him in anything. And this movie with this concept of NPC, they handled it and fired off on all cylinders. So I'm definitely taking it. If you guys hear about it, you should definitely go check it out and then come watch this chat. Add to throw some stuff in the comments. We'll talk some more about it. But I am taking it, and you guys should too.
Yeah, I agree. If there's any cameos we might have missed, any point out things we've maybe didn't touch on in this video that really clicked for your attention, like that Halo tank, I didn't forget. Anything else that clicked to your mind and you're like, oh damn, I can't believe they didn't notice this in the video or say something, let us know in the comments below. But like Josh, I'm taking this. This is definitely something you see at the theaters. It's funny, it's a good time. You and everyone else you go with and everyone else in the theater is definitely going to enjoy this time out watching the man, Ryan Reynolds, on the big screen. And with that, we're going to end the chat there. So thanks for watching, and if you like being a part of the chat, hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and make sure you've got the notification bell ringing for next week's videos. Don't forget to follow the channel's social media pages in the description down below. And until then, you can follow me at JohnEmery97 on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can follow me at Josh5K on Twitter and Instagram.
Make sure you support your local movie theater and or streaming service of choice. And until next time, thanks for chatting.